you so very much, everybody, for joining us for the unveiling of the revitalization project that we have envisioned for Steelton and Highspire. So what we're going to do today is we're going to go through a little bit of a PowerPoint presentation, and we will have a few speakers as well. And then we'll see where we are with time, and we'll kind of go from there. So for those of you that don't know, my name is Leanne Thorne-Becky. I am actually a graduate of Steel High class of 1991. I've had the honor to volunteer with the district for almost 10 years now. I recently became an employee of the district about a year ago, and I have to say this is my home. This is what I eat, sleep, and breathe, and anything that I can do to personally help any of our student athletes, our academic students, just all of the students of the district, I'm happy to jump in and do. So with that being said, what I'm going to do now is turn the microphone over to our esteemed Dr. Iskrik. But I'll just put it here and then you may.
Good evening. Good evening. On behalf of myself, and this is Michael Warner, our school board president, I'd like to welcome everybody to Steel High and for this momentous evening where we're going to unveil a project that is a long time coming and well-deserved. So on behalf of the district, the Roller Nation Foundation, On Hill Development, and our school board, I want to welcome you all for coming here today to hear about this project. This is more than a groundbreaking moment. It's the beginning of a bold new chapter for our community. Today, we proudly unveil a vision that reaches far beyond bricks, turf, and stadium lights. This is about legacy. This is about opportunity. This is about honoring where we've been and boldly shaping where we're going. The Community Transformation and Stadium Revitalization Strategic Framework is not just about restoring a field. It's about restoring pride. It's about providing our students, our families, and our neighbors with the tools, spaces, and support systems they deserve. Steelton-Highspire were built by hard work and grit, and that same spirit fuels this plan. Through the revitalization of our historic stadium, we are creating a community education, career, health, and wellness hub that will serve generations to come. To our alumni, our partners, and every community member who believes in the potential of our kids, thank you. Your presence here signals that you're ready to invest in something greater than yourself. You're here because you believe, like we do, that our students' futures are worth fighting for. So welcome, let's build on something unforgettable together. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Warner and Dr. Iskrik. Now we would like to go ahead and welcome up Travis Waters of the Roller Nation Foundation. Travis is the board president of the Roller Nation Foundation. When my players ask, Miss Leanne, what's the Roller Nation Foundation? I always say to them, well, kind of think of it as the booster club of the entire district. So, Mr. Travis Waters.
Good evening. As mentioned, my name is Travis Waters, president of the Roller Nation Foundation, also former teacher here at Steel High, principal here at Steel High, and superintendent up until 2021. The Roller Nation Foundation supports students in any number of endeavors, from academics to the arts to field trips. So we're happy to support this project. When I was superintendent, one of the things we always talked about was involving the community and doing stuff for the students here at Steel High. We always believed that the students here at Steel High deserve everything that any other student in any other district receives. And that was always the challenge. That's why I'm really glad to see this project come forth. And also working with the community partnerships. That's the way we get things done. And I think this can be a transformative project for the students here at Still High. So the Roller Nation, so as a representative of the Roller Nation Foundation, looking forward to seeing this project go forward to fruition and working with the school district and community partners. Thank you.
Yeah, sure, go right ahead. All right. Next up, we would like to welcome two people with us. Their organization is On Hill Development LLC. So I would like to welcome up Mr. Sean O'Toole. And Marita, are you going to stay sitting? Oh, okay. And Marita Kelly.
All right, Leanne, thank you. 1991. Yes. All right. Yeah, my name's Sean O'Toole. I am with On Hill Development. We've been retained to secure the financing for this project. But with Leanne explaining that she's a 1991 graduate, I'd like to, if you indulge me for a second, I'd like to tell a little bit of a story here. I was new in this area in the early 90s, and somebody said to me, you're a sports fan. If you want to get a good taste for the local sports scene, you got to go see the Harrisburg Cougars play Steel High. The game's coming up. But that's Steel High. You got to get there early if you want a seat. So I came here right across the hall there, got a good seat. Steel High had Seth Meyers, Lime Roberts, Jeff Kleckner, one of the Ativo brothers. The sixth man was a freshman. I can't remember his name. No, Seth was a junior. Anyhow, unfortunately, the Harrisburg Cougars had Pint Tate, who went on to play in the NFL. And Pint came out of the locker room in the second half and put on a defensive clinic. And the Harrisburg Cougars won that night. However, it was just a month or two later, that it was the Rollers hoisting the state championship trophy at Hershey. I believe it was their very first state championship. There's a quad A state championship. So I tell you that story just to let you know that although I'm not a native, I fully appreciate the legacy that we are going to preserve with this project today. As I said, we're here our role is to secure the funding. We plan to do that 100% with grant money and with contributions from the public, doing it off of the books of the school district. So with me right now is Marita Kelly. She'll give you a better description of the various funding sources that we plan to use for the project.
Good evening. I'm thrilled to be here this evening. The Steelton Nation is just a wonderful football organization. When I was studying some of the background of your organization, I found that you had 40 championships. I mean, of course, they weren't all state championships. You have many state championships, but divisional and so forth. And that's about as impressive as you can get. And I come from the city of Pittsburgh, and I know some teams that have done pretty well, but I don't think near as well as you have. So I think you have a lot to be proud of. So, and I've been in the Harrisburg area for like 40 years, so I feel like it's my home, sort of. Yeah, I'm showing my age now. So at any rate, On Hill Development plans to seek many grants and tax credit opportunities for this Steelton-Highspire School District project, this marvelous project and our strategic framework has, definitely helped us with the direction in which we're going to follow. And you can thank your leadership for the terrific work that they put in many hours to put this strategic plan together. Some of the grants we're seeking are federal, state, county, municipal, foundations, and some tax credits also from the federal and the state government. The Commonwealth of Pennsylvania Department of Community and Economic Development, Commonwealth Financing Agencies, has several programs that we'll be pursuing: greenways, trails, and recreation. You may not know this, but you are in a greenway, which is the 911 Memorial Greenway, and it comes right through your town, and they march through here on their way to Somerset, to Flight 93. So you should be proud to be part of that. Also, the Department of Community and Economic Development's multimodal, which is a grant that involves various means of transportation, but of course to get into your stadium you have to walk, bike, or drive, and so we're going to be seeking money for intersections and intersection improvements, bicycle racks, and all sorts of multimodal opportunities for your high school. Also, there's a public school facility improvements grant, which would help with the actual stadium improvements, the bleachers and so forth and so on. So that's a terrific program. There's a local share grant statewide, which is the money, when I say local share, it's the money coming from the casino. It's the gambling money that there's a certain portion that has to be paid to the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, and that money turns around and comes back to your community. And then there's Main Street Matters, which is a downtown Main Street improvement program. Your high school happens to be very close to the Main Street community, so that's a great opportunity. Business in our sites, you obviously are a site that has a business, and so it's going to be money we're going to pursue for improvements to the many infrastructure opportunities. The Neighborhood Assistance Program is actually a tax credit program. We're going to be looking for at the Special Program Priority Tax Credit Program, which if a donor is interested in donating $100, 90 of the dollars would come to you and 10 would go to the Commonwealth. So that is an excellent program. So we see that where donors would absolutely love that program and say, where do I sign? So we're looking forward to pursuing that. Also, the Department of Education, through the grants for facility improvements, Penn State University engineering students will come and observe the construction site, provide input free of charge. Your superintendent's already aggressively sought that money, sought that program. It's already scheduled and slated for sometime after July 1 of 2025. So you can see that your leadership has already taken a great deal of effort to make this a very good and successful opportunity through the multiple phases that we'll be discussing shortly. And then the Office of the Budget, there's a program called RACP, which is basically a capital improvement grant that is, fairly substantial. That's the Commonwealth Office of the Budget, so we're looking forward to seeking significant funding from that program. And then PennDOT also has a multimodal program for those same opportunities I discussed a few minutes ago regarding transportation. And then there will be National Football League LISC grant is for actually the replacement of football fields, including turf fields. So that is something we'll be seeking. The USA Football grants for USA Football Association grants is for equipment and supplies for football. The Stabler Foundation, which is a local foundation here in the community. The Klein Foundation, also a local community. And the Heinz Foundation, I had to throw in a Pittsburgh Foundation, if you know who. The ketchup bottle, which says H.J. Heinz on it, well, they have a terrific foundation, which also will likely contribute towards your high school efforts and your many sports efforts and education efforts. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Marita. Okay, up next, I think somebody who really needs no introduction, but we'll introduce him anyway. This is our head coach, our athletic director, a mentor, and someone I'm honored to call my friend, Coach Andrew Herby, Sr.
Thank you, everyone who came out tonight, also the people that are online watching. So when you get these opportunities and you stand in front of a group, I always try to tell my players or my team and whoever you lead, when you speak, it has to be important. When you have to open up your mouth, it better be for a reason to speak to a group. I'm going to go off record a little bit and acknowledge current players, former players, because ultimately when it's all said and done, this is what you want to look at. You want to see guys that had been for the room, had been committed to our goals and our vision. And there's a lot of question in a buzzword about culture. People say, culture, they don't explain culture. To us, culture is about the air in the room. It's either positive or it's negative. So the air is how we act, the I is how we interact, and the R is how we react. So Saturday for us as a program is about mental toughness. Mental toughness is not about lifting weights or anything extreme physically. It's about, can you do the things the way you were coached to do it when things get extremely hard? So when I had to stand in front of my players and also speak to the head cheerleading coach, the band, the youth program, community members, and explain to them that we would be not able to play this year, our eyes lit up because we understand what adversity looks like. We prepared for adversity. We have a plan. So that's extremely important to surround yourself with people that have the same vision and the same mission. But I just wanted to, give due respect to the guys that are sitting here tonight that really could have chose to do a lot of other things, but they came out tonight. Now, our big vision, overall, this will be more than a football field. All right, it's not just a football field. It won't be just a track. What we want to do is create a community hub with Steelton-Highspire, with the community members, and involve everyone. A lot of our focus is going to be on education for adults, students, and bringing back early childhood. We also want to involve career readiness and the health and wellness component where our community members of all walks in life can be involved, and we can hit that health and wellness and create a buzz in our community and give all members an opportunity. We also spoke about involving our elderly group, and this is all feedback that's coming from our school board to Highspire Borough to Steelton Borough to our administration, and to also our ambassadors who you guys will get a little bit into a little bit later. Our goal has always been to honor our tradition. The star is very special to all of us. Our mission and our vision start with this. It is our responsibility to uphold the tradition that was passed down before us. We represent that. The person next to you, it's our job to uphold that with culture, accountability, but our goals across the board are to win in the classroom, the community, and on the field, which we have done. Investing in our students is important. Making sure that our students have opportunity to grow and access to the wellness center, to the educational component. We talked about trades. So if we have the space, the future and the vision is unlimited for that space. This will also strengthen our communities, and so that we can grow together. We always talk about in our rooms, we don't want to have a divided room. We can't have a divided room to be successful, so we do what's best for the program. And that could be changing your role, that could be changing your responsibility, but the program always comes first. So in this aspect, whether we're from Highspire, whether we're from Steelton, whether we're a student, we're elderly, no matter what we bring to the table, we're going to do what's best for everyone in the community and make the decision that's best, and that's giving our kids the best. I'll roll over to some facts. The fact is this: 113 years of football on Cottage Hill. That's a fact. That's a no-brainer. Great players, 844 wins. One of the most successful programs in Pennsylvania. Our recent dominance, and I give a lot of credit to these guys sitting here, 60-7 in the last 5 years. 4 Mid-Penn Conference titles, 5 district championships, 3 state championships. But again, like I said earlier, and I will continue to say this, 2 of our most important stats, and if I'm a parent sitting in the room, or if I'm a parent listening, this is what ultimately is extremely important to me, and this is why we want to make sure that we're well-rounded. 29 of 35 seniors in the last 5 years have, 29 out of that 35 have went on to either go to play college football or be in a trade school, which is extremely important within our district, within our program, with just the credit to the staff, the teachers, the community, and administration, and everyone involved. But our number one... Thank you. But we are also number 1 in the state of Pennsylvania when it comes to community service with rollers serving others. And you guys can see that. We have a big social media following. And these are choices where kids are walk-ons when it comes to this. You're not forced to do these things, but this just shows the character. This shows where our parents support. This shows where the staff support that puts everything together. And I would also like to acknowledge our track team. We have some track guys, and our guys are multiple sports, so we do a little bit of everything. We have to play everything. We have a lot of people that support a lot. We have guys that are in the band and cheerleaders that run track. So we had 14 track athletes go to districts this past weekend. Out of the 14, 12 placed. We have several state champions in track over the past years, and they have done that, and I'll give Coach Chris Lehman a lot of credit, without a track. They either run on the turf or they run on the concrete. So when we're in this situation, we will respond. But it's extremely important that we give our student athletes, we give our students, we give our community, we give our support system an opportunity to grow. But as you know, this is personal to me. So I stand in front of a group of young men and people who are online. What we teach our young men, now we have to stand in the fire with them. So we tell our kids to do something extra. We tell our kids to face adversity, go through hard times, find a way, do your 111. We tell our kids to have roller pride. We tell our kids to have effort, to have extreme efforts. We tell our kids to be dominant and don't require reminders when you do something that you love to do. So these are all the things that we instill in our kids, and the biggest part about a lot of our programs that most people won't see, a lot of what we do starts right in that chairs right there. That's what becoming well-rounded young men. That's what telling our athletes stories of Dave Sullivan, Troy Drayton, Jordan Hill. But I also have guys that are in trades, that have certifications, that are plumbers, that are great community members, that learn to help people, that instill people. So I am proud to be here, and we accepted the challenge. When I got on the phone, if you want to know who I called first, we called around. I called Mr. Sullivan. Because I was always raised, when you want to win, you call the best. You don't call average people when you want to win. You got to call the best. You want to call the best people you can possibly call. So I called the people who needed to be called because it's real. So there'll be no question marks about what we need to get done. But I want all you young people out here to have an understanding of your time will come when you face adversity, whether it be in life or whether it be in a situation right now, but we're going to teach you how to respond because, again, we're still mentors and role models. We're going to show you how to respond to these situations, and that all starts with effort. Thank you, and I'm happy to hand the mic over.
Thank you so much, Coach Herb. So, you know, that's just a small smidge of what we on the coaching staff and our student athletes get to hear almost on a daily basis. And every time I hear Coach talk, I am filled with so much more pride than I thought I could ever be. So we'd like to show a small video. It's a brief video created by Luke Bellick. He actually did a small documentary, which you can find on YouTube. This was the intro of the documentary. If you're not excited enough by listening to Coach Herby talk, I think after you watch this, you're going to be pretty excited, whether you're an alumnus or whether you're just a friend or a supporter of the Rollers.
It's a little bit misleading for Steel High. Their kids aren't real big, but they're very quick off their feet. 75 yards for the Steamroller touchdown.
A record of 11 0. Your 2020 BIAA champion, Steelrollers of Steel High.
I mean, come on. If that does not excite you to be a roller. So again, you can actually find that video and the second part of the video with interviews that were done by Luke Bellick. One of the interviews that you'll be able to see in the second part, which you can look up on YouTube, if you just type in Steelton Luke Bellick, B-E-L-I-C, you'll be able to see that. But one of the interviews that you'll see is with current school board member Michael Weasel Pilsitz. So definitely check that out. What we'd like to do is we'd like to ask the designated alumnus and Sam Cunningham and Dr. Neidlinger, Mr. Shaleski, could you all join me up here on stage, please? Alex, Bam, Asa, Jayon, Cam, come on up. Question, or do you want me to ask questions? You got it. If you guys want to just kind of line up right here, we'll explain why we're asking them to come up in just a moment. If you guys want to go ahead down there with Mr. Shaleski. Whatever you want to do. Somebody get down there with Dr. Neidlinger. Okay, so, you hear from a lot of us, yes, I'm an alumnus, yes, I was a cheerleader. It meant the world to me to put on that uniform and cheer on the rollers. But what we wanted to do is we wanted to bring together not just roller alum, but also student athletes that maybe participated in sports and extracurricular activities at a previous school. But what we want to ask you, gentlemen and ladies, is what did it mean to have a facility available to you that you could be in the band and practice your formations, to be a cheerleader and practice your stunting and cheering in front of the crowds, to be a football player on Cottage Hill, or if you were a football player at a different high school? What did having access to an athletic complex mean to you? So what I'm going to do is hand the microphone down to Mr. Shaleski here, and then we're going to pass it on down. If you can introduce yourself, if you are an alumnus or current roller, please make sure you indicate what year you graduated or will graduate.
Thank you very much. Like I said, I'm Mr. Shaleski, and I'll just say that, I am a bubbler. Okay, that's where I graduated from. But I just remember probably getting our teeth kicked in by Steelton back in 2004 on the basketball court. Fast forward a few years, I work in some districts and talking about, oh, that guy's from Steelton, she's from Steelton. I never really understood what that meant. But, as I learned about it, they're tough, they're gritty, and they're hardworking. And fast forward a few years, and I'm able to come over to Steelton-Highspire as a teacher, and I'm slowly learning what it becomes to be a roller. And I got to tell you, it's a special place. It is so special to be here, and I am honestly, I look around at the students here, I look around at the staff and families here, and I'm so proud to be part of Roller Nation. And when people ask me, like, where do you work? I was like, Steel High, baby, all right? And I truly love being here. But I think the biggest thing that I've taken from athletics is, it's an ongoing journey. And Come from Bowling Springs, being a part of different athletic programs as a coach, as a player, having these facilities at your fingertips, it's going to be a game changer. And it is going to be absolutely amazing to have that as part of your community hub. And it's just going to be something that you're not going to use just in your 4 years in high school. It's going to be something that you're going to want to come back to, be part of, work out here after high school, when you're starting your families as young adults, and just continue to grow and be part of this special place. So I'm excited for this, and I'm loving every opportunity that Steelton-Highspire has provided me, and I'm just excited for this place. So I'll pass the mic over, but you got something special going here.
Good afternoon. My name is Andrew Herby. I'm a class of 2024. Proud alumni of Steelton-Highspire. What it means to me to play with, to put on a roller helmet just means everything. Just growing up with these guys right here, just going through the childhood was always a dream of mine. Of being able to step on the field and just putting on a roller helmet and being able to fight with these guys, blood, sweat, and tears every day, just build a true brotherhood and just a forever brotherhood with these guys. My name is Alex Herby, class of 2024, proud alumni here at Still High. Outside of football, ultimately, I went to the Naval Academy Preparatory School this past year, and this program has taught me a lot of life lessons throughout the whole time that I've been here, facing adversity, the core values, and everything that we learned here. And my dad has taught us here as a brotherhood, and I faced some adversity, not really being academically exposed, like the Naval Academy, the standards that they have there. So going there, my first semester, I had a 0.6 GPA. So it was pretty low. I was lost, and just having a athletic facility and being around the teammates that I know and love, the first person I reached out to was my brotherhood back home. And they experiencing the same thing, and going back to my core values, being laser focused, having mental toughness, ultimately pushed me out through the whole school year. And ultimately, I met the USNA standards and finished with a 3.0. So being able to go through that adversity, being able to experience that type of adversity and not really having it and making it a shock to my body, it was truly helpful coming from here, coming from a program that exposed you to all types of adversity on and off the field. So, I'm just truly grateful and blessed to be a part of something special, and yeah.
All right, I am Samantha Neidlinger. I'm an alumni, and I've been lucky enough to teach, be a building administrator, and now the director of student services in the district. I did type my thoughts because I will talk about anything I'm passionate about, so I'm gonna read from my notes. I was a student athlete who attended Still High for both junior and senior high school. Being able to watch games and cheer at Cottage Hill, it meant a lot. I did work very hard in the classroom and at home studying throughout the school year, so I look forward to having fun on Friday at the games after long weeks. It's really hard to explain the vibe at Cottage Hill, but it's definitely just different. I got to cheer in a lot of settings, but walking over to our field as we cheered with the band and then watching our team win was the best. I am grateful for all of these memories, as they were some of my favorites from high school. Putting work in the classroom should be rewarded. Our students, both athletes and non-athletes, as well as the staff and the community, should have the chance to attend football games and other events at Cottage Hill, just like all the Still High alumni and staff that have come before. I think it's very important for the student athletes of the class of 2026 and beyond to have these same experiences and create memories that really can't be made anywhere else. The video that played, I added notes again, but it made me really remember the feeling of being the best. Games weren't only fun for us cheerleaders. We were never really taken serious as athletes, but if you look across the hall, we got some trophies and championships as well. But that feeling of winning is going to help push you forward in life, like it's already been said here today. I'm speaking today because I want to teach our kids how to succeed, win, and be the best, both inside and outside of the classroom. I want you to know what it feels like so you can continue to strive for that feeling by putting in the work to get there in everything that you do in life. Stilton really does make us who we are.
My name is Jayon Perry. I am a class of 2024 alumni. This program has done a lot for me. For real, it shows brotherhood. It shows the community that can always come together and be a family. It's This program is a place where student athletes or any other students that just want to come to show up can help them get out the streets, because the streets is a big problem nowadays. So that's one key factor that can help with this. That helps with this program. They get you out. Community, not the community. Academic wise, it's wonderful. They're always striving for you to be great, and having people like Coach Herb or Miss Leanne, they're going to be role models from now and even when you get older.
Hello, my name's Asa Coach Farr. I graduated here from in 2023. I played football and track, and out of anybody in this area, these kids really do deserve the facilities, especially a field, track. Doing track here especially is like, we were really running on turf, and the cement is like, these guys know it, and then I can't imagine the heights they're going to take it to once we get those facilities. It's going to be great for everybody. And having those Saturdays, those games to look forward to are so big. It's the memories you remember forever. And the guys you play next to, it's great. And those kids deserve it. And I'm glad we have this plan set in place, and I think it's going to be great. Thank you.
Hi, my name's Bam Appleby, and I'm a class of 2023 graduate, and I played football, basketball, and track here. And I just want to talk about how the community helped me with coming here. Me and Asa transferred in from Middletown our senior years of high school, and the community really took us in, and like same with the players, teachers, and coaches, and kind of really made us feel at home. It was a great experience. It was a great welcome and stuff, and it kind of prepared me more for life, just being part of this football team, from the coaches to the players and the way they practice every day. It really helped. The transition from high school football to college football is really important, just from watching film to hours a day, to practice hours a day, and stuff like that. Ultimately winning a state championship and graduating from Steel High was really a good memory for me, and I'm a proud Steel High alumni.
My name's Cameron Chisholm. I graduated 2024. I now attend St. Francis University. Steel High is Steel High has helped me in many ways, and gave me opportunities to get away from this bad environment. There's a lot of there's friends that I don't got that ain't here no more, so it means a lot to be able to get away and better, like, be better on in the future. They taught me how to take on adversity, the ups and downs, the challenges of life, and ultimately, like, help me mature myself as a man and know right from wrong. And yeah, just keep me going. And I want to thank Steel High for that.
I'm Tavon LaGrande, class of 24. I'm now at McDaniel playing football in Maryland. And just adding on to what everybody else said, Steel High just really helped form all of us into young men and making the right decisions in our future. And just helping us. And the community was also great, always being there pushing us. It was just a great memory.
Hi, my name is Sam. I'm class of 26. I'm still enrolled here. I was originally in the band the last 3 years, and I made a promise to a friend that my senior year I would do football, and I kept that promise. So switching from band to football, it was a huge change. I mean, first day I came here, I went to weight room. I heard it was at 5. I came to weight room, and I wasn't expecting anything. Like, first 10 minutes, I wanted to leave because Stevie made me run back and forth between the gym. So I didn't give up, and actually, I was astoundingly encouraged because I'm sitting there, I'm struggling, I'm on the floor, I'm sweating, and all I hear is, "Keep going, Sam. Keep going. You're gonna make it. You just do this one more time." And I was like, and it pushed me. It pushed me a lot. I wasn't expecting the love and just camaraderie that would come out of this program. I was actually scared to come in the program because I was like, oh, these are football players. Like all of these guys are taller than me, and I'm 6'1". And it was just, I don't know, like coming here and then being able to be a part of something bigger than myself. It was just amazing. I'm proud to say I'm a Steel High roller, and I can't wait to be an alumni.
So that's just a little portion, and I mean, there are hundreds, if not thousands, of other rollers that I'm sure could just keep adding on. But this is the reason that we are putting this plan together. It's not just about athletics. It's not just about football. It is about creating a hub for the communities of Steelton and Highspire, young, old, everybody can come together and utilize this state-of-the-art vision that we have. So I would like to give everybody up here one more round of applause, and thank you all for speaking. Thank you. So we're going to go ahead and move on with our presentation. I'd like to call up our Assistant Superintendent, Willie Jack Slade.
So my job is to talk about the diversity within our district. I think it's the next slide. But without the slide, everyone knows, here we go. I'm not gonna read the slide, you guys can see it. But we've always been proud. I'm a proud class of 1988 graduate from here at Steel High. And the one thing we've always been proud of is our diversity. And not just that we're diverse, but that we all get along. At Steel High, we've never been one of those schools that had cliques and groups of people that wouldn't talk to someone because they played sports, or wouldn't talk to them because they were in the band, or they were in arts, they were in the theater. Here, everybody is friends with everybody. And I've always been proud of that. And even as we get even more diverse, that hasn't changed. This is year 23 for me working in the district. And it's been that way, and I'm so proud of that. And that's a reflection of our kids, our staff, and our alumni. But also here, they got me talking about the vision and the mission. And at the end of the day, the biggest thing is what's best for kids. Our thing we want to do in our district, no matter what it is, whether it's academics, whether it's athletics, and especially with a program, our project, I should say, like this, is doing what's best for kids, but the biggest thing with this is also what's best for our community. This is going to be a transformation for our community. We've never really had a hub where everyone could go, a one-stop shop where we have everything that for the entire community, whether you're elementary school or an elderly person just looking for something to do, we'll have it all in one spot. And even the biggest thing for me and for our school district is to be able to bring back our Head Start program. Many of you may not know, but we lost our Head Start program 2 years ago now because we didn't have the space to house them. When we have this project done, and we'll have our building over there, we'll be able to bring back Head Start, which for us is huge. For a lot of times, many of our kids that come to our district in kindergarten are behind because they didn't have that opportunity. So that's the biggest part of this project for me. So I'll turn it back over to Ms. Leanne.
Thank you so much, Willie. So As you came in, I'm sure you saw the large renderings of the stadium as we envision it to become an athletic hub, a community hub, if you will. There are 2 renderings. These are for illustrative purposes. These are not finalized. This is what we're building. So I realize it's a little small to see on the screen. Please make sure if you did not have a chance to look at the larger renderings that you do on your way out at the end of the evening. What I'd like to just quickly point out, if the pointer decides to work, it is, there we go. Currently, if you can see my little red dot up here, this is where our current field house is. So one of the major differences that I do like to point out, and you'll see in the next slide, is what we end up doing is we take this field house, we put it over here to share space. Thank you so much, Tevin. We put it to share space with our multi-use facility. This is just our vision. It can become so much bigger than what it is. The multi-use facility will house everything from kitchenette that we could hold culinary classes. It would hold a daycare center, classrooms. Cross our fingers, we would have an indoor turf facility, and more. One other thing I would like to point out is if you are looking at the track in both of the renderings, you can see we do have a 6-lane track, which would be incredible for our student athletes and for the community. If you see that little gray area outside of the track, that is what I'll call the community track. If you want to come up and you want to take a run or you want to walk, if our student athletes are practicing, you don't have to wait for them to finish. You don't have to worry about, oh, am I going to be in the way? You will actually have your own area that while the student athletes are practicing, you'll be able to take a walk and experience track and field practice or football practice as you're walking through the facility. Of course, we're not going to go ahead and do this all in one fell swoop. So it is going to come out, we hope, in phases. The first phase of the project would be the turf field upgrade. That, of course, is exactly what it says. We would be upgrading our turf. We would also make sure that the lighting system is improved as well. We would install a better stormwater management system because you don't realize when all that water comes down from the rain, it's got to go somewhere. It's not like grass where it can be absorbed right into the earth. Also, we would make sure that that 6-lane PIAA compliant track would be built. Phase 2 is the full construction of the stadium facilities. We would be demolishing and replacing the current grandstand. We do have some ideas in mind to do something special with the bricks from the grandstand, as well as a steel girder that is still in the grandstand, of course, that was fabricated at Bethlehem Steel right on Front Street. Phase 3 would be the building of the Career Education and Wellness Center, or as I keep calling it, our community hub. And you can see right here, we would love to see a fitness studio in there. We would love to have a counseling center to support physical and mental wellness of not just the community members, but our student athletes. And I know Coach Herby will touch on that a little bit later. That is what our hope is, and for us to achieve that, we will need everybody's support, young, old, alumni, non-alumni, those that just want to see students and student athletes and community members have things available to them that other places have available. I said it this morning that, you know, our kids do so much with so little. Think about the stats that Coach Herby mentioned. Can you imagine if we upgrade our facilities, what our students will do? And not just our student athletes. You've got our band, you've got our cheerleaders, you've got the hundreds of kids that will use that field on field days. You've got the different wellness courses that we will be able to embrace in our curriculum. It's amazing the things that we will be able to do. Next, we're going to talk just briefly. We did talk about the grant funding sources. So Tevin, if you can go to the next slide. We're going to bring up Mark J.J. Carnes, the voice of the Rollers and our current business manager. He's going to go over just exactly how you can support and give to the project. JJ?
Thank you, family. At home with a microphone in my hand. Here we are again. All right. So we got a lot going on here. How can you help? You can help in a number of different ways. So we'll start off with the ways to give. Basically, if you can give it, we will take it. Very simple terms. Obviously, cash, cash, checks. We'll take donations of stocks. We're looking for corporate matching gifts, also endowment gifts. Outside of stocks, real estate, retirement assets, life insurance policies. Anything tangible that you have can be turned over to the Roller Nation Foundation, turned into liquid cash, and go towards this project. So I know we touched on the Roller Nation Foundation earlier. That is the 501c3 nonprofit that is specifically here for one reason, and it's to support our school district, not only on the athletic side of things, but on the academic side of things as well. So other ways that you can help here. It's not just you, people that are sitting here. It's not just athletes. It's not just alumni. There are a lot of other people in this area that may be here still or may have moved on that know Steelton, remember Steelton, and appreciate here. A lot of competitors that have played on Cottage Hill still remember those games. You talk to a lot of the older guys, they'll take you back. They remember playing up here. So anybody and everybody who has a memory of Cottage Hill and the Steamrollers and our campus, those are the people we're reaching out to. And we're not just asking you as an individual, we're saying, can you help, and can you get 5 or 10 or 20 of your friends and people to help? So it's going to take more than just the people in this room and the people in this town. We're going countywide, statewide, nationwide, and in some cases, worldwide. I've traveled all over this country, and everywhere I stop, if I got a Steamroller shirt on, people ask me, they recognize the Steamroller, whether they went to school here or they played here or they heard a story about Steelton. So, and in donating, it's not just that financial gift that comes to us, that is leaving behind a legacy for you and your family through various sponsorship opportunities. You'll see once we get everything rolling out here, there's a menu out there for different levels of give on what you can on what you as a person or a company or a private organization can sponsor. The field, the track. Press boxes, ticket booths, just about everything. You give the right amount of money, we can name it after you, and there's a lot of other things that'll come along with that once we're up and running. All of the donations, since they do go to our 501c3, are tax deductible. So that's another advantage there. And finally, through ambassadorship, you've heard Coach Herby and a couple other people mention ambassadors. Our ambassadors right now are Mr. David Sullivan, Mr. Troy Drayton, along with Mr. Jordan Hill as well. They are the face of our campaign and what we're putting out there, and that covers obviously our 3 main NFL players dating from the 60s the whole way up through Jordan in the 2000s. So, the call, like I said, is for you to go out there and help the district. If you're a student or an alumni like myself, class of 97, the reason I came back up here as a business manager is to help turn this school district around financially, get us back to where we need. At the end of 21-22, our school district's fund balance was negative $26 million. That's 15, 16 years of operating in the negative. So we're working on bringing that back. That's my job as the business manager on the school district, which is why we need to fund this thing privately without school district money. So now's the time to show up, be that steamroller, show that blue and gray, and help us support this project and not only the school district, but the communities of Steelton and Highspire.
Thank you so much, JJ. Tevin, would you be able to advance that for us, please? Thank you. So if you do have your phone with you, you are welcome to go ahead and scan that QR code. We are in the working phase right now of updating the giving section of the Roller Nation Foundation to have a dedicated landing page for this particular project. We are hoping that and more than hoping, it should be up and running within the next 24 to 48 hours. Next slide, if you would, Tevin. So you heard JJ mention that we have ambassadors. Well, what are the ambassadors? So these are people that have really stepped up to say, hey, I want to personally assist the district with making sure we can bring our vision to fruition. And as you see, we've got Jordan Hill. You'll see a video here in just a second from Jordan. Mr. Dave Sullivan, who I will introduce in just a few moments, along with Troy Drayton. All three are alum of Steelton-Highspire. Tevin, if we could go ahead and play Jordan and Troy's videos, please.
What's going on, y'all? This is Jordan Hill, Steel High graduate of 2009, Penn State and Indy line in 2012. I just wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about the Steelton project that's going on and what it really means to me. You know, looking at it and seeing the vision is everything that I kind of dreamt of as a kid, of what the place could be, what the place should be, and what, you know, we the people deserve. Cottage Hill holds a very special place to my heart and a lot of the guys that graduated with me. My family, you know, my wife's family, for me, I'm bred that way. It's who I am. It's what I'm about. Always will. This project is going to be the pillar and also give these kids and people an advantage that we need and we deserve, to be honest. It means a lot to me to be able to be a part of this thing. And I just can't wait, you know, to see the finished product.
Hello, my name is Troy Drayton. I'm a former Steel High steamroller. I'm also a former Penn State and Indy Lion, but currently I'm an ambassador for the Steel High Revitalization Project for their football field. One of the reasons why this project is special to my heart is because I bleed royal blue and gray. No matter where I was in the world, no matter where I was on the football field, I always represented Steel High and the Steel High Rollers. But number two, and this is the most important thing, it's about leaving a legacy. It's not about the legacy that we've already left, guys like myself, Jordan Hill, Dave Sullivan. It's not about that legacy. It's about planting a seed and watching that seed grow for the future generations of Steel High athletics. But more importantly, it's going to galvanize the community. So this is what this project is all about. It's all about royal blue and gray, people who bleed royal blue and gray coming together and doing something very, very special.
Let's give it up for Jordan and Troy. Unfortunately, they were not able to join us, but they are still very much a part of this project and program. We are very fortunate, however, to have Mr. David Sullivan with us. Mr. Sullivan, or Dave as I affectionately call him, is a 1968 graduate of Steel High. He went on to play for the University of Virginia, where he earned both a bachelor's degree and a master's degree in education. After he completed his education, well, before he completed his education, I need to mention he was a 3-year starting wide receiver at UVA. Come on now, 3-year starting wide receiver at the University of Virginia, and first team All ACC selection. He was drafted to the NFL and he played for the Cleveland Browns from 1973 to 1974. He then began a very highly successful 45-plus year career in the funeral and cemetery industry. He's a former executive vice president of Gibraltar Mausoleum Corporation, helping grow it from $8 million to $120 million in revenue. He's founder and CEO of Sabre Management LLC, named the #1 fastest growing private company in Indianapolis, and that was in the year 2001. He was a finalist for the Ernst & Young Entrepreneur of the Year Award. He was also founder of the Sullivan Family Enterprises, with operations that go across multiple states. He is a lifelong philanthropist supporting causes such as Young Life, Amy for Africa, and the PA Sports Hall of Fame, which Dave was inducted to in 2023. He's an extremely passionate man who advocates for legacy, community revitalization, and youth empowerment. He is proud to say where he is from, and I'll let him do that. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce Mr. Dave Sullivan.
Thank you. I talked to this group up front a year and a half ago, almost 2 years ago. And it's now 57 years ago that I walked across this. And a lot's happened since then. And for me, being here with you guys the last several days, it's full circle. So I started here, and I'm going to finish the job with Andrew, the ambassadors, Willie, JJ. We're going to get the results that you see in this rendering finished. And the way we're going to do that, this is like building a company and developing a marketing plan. You have to have leadership at the top, which we have. You've got one of the best leaders in the state of Pennsylvania here in Coach Herby. The second thing we need is talent at the top. And guess what? We've got it. The third thing we need is a business plan. And we've really, the last several days, we've really worked through a lot of the hurdles that we needed to get out of the way so that tomorrow we can give big news to Steelton, and we can keep moving our numbers forward. And we want to know how much money that we can raise. We want to know that On Hill is there to support us. We want to know that you guys are going to support us. Your families are going to support us. The private businesses are going to support us. And it's the full court press. Because at the end of the day, Steelton deserves it. We're here to get it done. So this is, as I said, this is full circle for me. I see people here that I haven't seen in 50 years. And if I don't recognize you, I apologize. But my heart's in the right place. And we'll have a great day tomorrow, and we'll keep moving things forward. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dave. I'm going to go ahead and turn this over to Coach Herby. But before I do so, a few quick thank yous that we would like to get out. First of all, please let's give a rousing round of applause to our IT department. Tevin, Byron, Ryan, Jess. Without their assistance, we would not be able to do this. And really, my football team for this year, could you stand up? I realize the lights are dimmed, but go ahead and stand up. All of these young men decided to join us tonight. And of course, all of you, our community supporters, our families, our parents, we thank you all so very much. This is only the beginning, okay? Guys, you can have a seat. Thank you so much. I'm going to turn the mic over to Coach Herby.
Thank everyone for coming out tonight. But you heard what Mr. Sullivan said. We got big news coming tomorrow. So we'll have press conference starting at 2:00. I need everybody to tune in. Make sure you guys are available. You can, young guys, I know you guys are social media guys. Make sure you guys are tuning in. We have big news coming tomorrow. So you guys will be glad to hear some big news. But again, we're in this thing together, and our motto's been about for the room, and it's doing what's best for each other, even when things get extremely hard. So this is an example of that. But I want every single person here to spread the word, be tuned in tomorrow. All right, big news coming out of Steelton-Highspire. You got to stay on between 2 and 3. It could come in between time that, but make sure you guys are staying tuned and spreading the word. And thank everybody for coming out.